Hello friends, today we'll talk about ways to prevent cancer. The word cancer is very dreadful because it is a major cause of death and disability other than heart attacks and stroke. And even though there are good advances in treating cancer, including surgery, radiation therapy and chemotherapy, it is still in our best interest to try and reduce the risk of getting cancer. And you'll be happy to know that almost about 42% of cancers can be prevented. So today I will discuss what are the 10 simple ways by which we can try and lower the risk of getting cancer. In that, the number one is avoid smoking. So smoking increases the risk of many cancers in different parts of the body, not only lungs, throat, but several other cancers. So by not smoking directly or even avoiding the company of people who smoke around you, that is called passive smoking, we can lower the risk of getting cancer. The second is alcohol. Alcohol again increases the risk of several cancers, not only cancers of liver, pancreas and the gut, but many other cancers also. So by cutting down alcohol, stopping alcohol, abstaining from alcohol is a definite way of lowering the risk of cancer. The third is overweight and obesity. So both overweight and obesity, an increased amount of fat, that is adiposity, it's a risk factor for getting cancer. So if you are overweight or obese, try to lower the weight and that could lower your risk of getting cancer. The fourth is physical activity. So those who are sedentary, those who are physically inactive, they have a higher risk of getting cancer. So it is a good habit to move, walk, and try to get your magic number of 10,000 steps per day at least. The more the better. So physical activity will again lower the risk of getting cancer. The fifth is healthy nutrition. So we know that several foods are known to be healthy. That includes Mediterranean diet. So having fresh whole fruits, vegetables, then whole grains, and also legumes, fish. So many of these foods are healthy. On the other hand, ultra processed packaged foods, sugar, sweets, high carbohydrate, so they are unhealthy. So we need to avoid unhealthy food and take more of healthy food, and that is one way of reducing the risk of getting cancer. The next is sunlight exposure. Now sunlight exposure of say 15 or 20 minutes per day is very important to get the vitamin D synthesis. But excessive exposure to sun for prolonged periods, that could definitely increase the risk of getting skin cancers. So we need to strike a balance there. The next one is vaccinations. So there are two major infections which can increase the risk of cancer. One is hepatitis B virus infection, which can increase the risk of getting liver cancer, and human papillomavirus, which is a common risk of cancer of the cervix and genital cancers. Both these, they are good vaccines, that is HPV vaccine and hepatitis B vaccine. Talk to your doctor and then depending on who should take it. If you take these vaccines, you can lower the risk of getting these cancers. Another infection, Helicobacter pylori, also can increase the risk of gastric cancer. So if it is identified and treated, then one can reduce the risk of getting cancer. The next is the role of screening. So there are certain populations or high-risk populations who benefit from screening. So for example, those who are heavy smokers for a long time, they need CT chest and that can detect lung cancer in early stage. And then Pap smears are routinely done to look for cancer of the cervix in the early stage. And PSA, prostate-specific antigen, it's a blood test for prostate cancers. Now by doing the screening test, we are not preventing cancers, but we can pick up the cancers in the early stages, and which are known to respond better to treatments, and so the survival is also better. And then lastly, there are colonoscopy and mammography. Again, these can be done to detect cancers in the early stages. So colonoscopy for colonic cancers and mammography for breast cancers, which can be done, and this can help in detecting cancers in the early stages. So by in summary, what I want to highlight is that with our lifestyle modification and a healthy diet and many other things what we discussed, we can reduce almost about 42% of the cancers which could occur. So I hope you benefit from it. Have a good day.